Well, hello everybody, and welcome for joining me again today. I hope it is as beautiful a day in your world as it is here in mine, but who knows what day you're actually going to watch this. It is a Friday early afternoon here in South Alabama, and the weather is absolutely spectacular. Just finished midday meditation a little while ago and thought that I just kind of felt inspired to come talk a little bit. I was going to do a video sometime in the next couple of days, and I just felt like talking right now. Um, I've done a couple of videos. If this for anybody, if this happens to be your first video, hearing me kind of talk a little bit about meditation, my experience with meditation. There's a couple of videos you might find helpful that came before this one here on this particular page, so you might want to go watch those. But yeah, once again, also too, I am not a meditation teacher. I have no qualifications whatsoever. I am just somebody that wants to share his practice, kind of share what I've been getting out of my practice recently over the years, kind of how my practice has played out throughout time. And also share different resources with you. Like I say, the only thing I really hope to provide is to be kind of a springing board, like to somehow spark interest in one thing or another, one topic. Maybe this grabs your attention, this grabs your attention, and just sparks you to go on and do a little exploration on your own. And maybe there's different types of meditation. I'm going to talk a little bit about another type today, but yeah, it's just like I really can't stress enough. I don't want to go overboard with it, because when people, it can sound a little hokey when the person is like a little just too enthusiastic about their practices, but it is bringing me great peace these days. It has really helped a lot over the past 4 months. I've been back to a daily practice for the past 4 months. Some of the recent videos kind of mention my somewhat non-linear path over the years on meditation. But just to recap, one of the things I talked about, and I just would encourage everybody, is just to start with a daily 5-minute meditation. That's not a big commitment. Even now how much of a beginner you are, everybody can generally kind of like settle themselves for 5 minutes, and it's just a great place to start. When I started my practice back about 4 months ago, I kind of thought it out a little bit, even though that sounds counterintuitive, thinking about your meditation practice, thinking the mind about the meditation practice. But I wanted to really make my practice solid. I wanted to build it in a solid way, rebuild it in a solid way. So I started out with 5 minutes. I don't remember, I kind of keep track of this just as I'm building my practice. I think maybe for 9, 10, 11 days, I sat for 5 minutes until I just felt like I was ready. And I didn't push myself. I would have been okay if I sat for 5 minutes a day for a month, maybe even 2 months. But after about 10 days, I kind of felt led to go on up to 10 minutes. And then I went to 10 minutes for a while. And I'm pretty sure I stayed on 10 minutes longer than I'd stayed on 5 minutes. But point of that is just progress as you see fit. Now, the type I have mostly practiced, the type of meditation, the type that I'm currently practicing, is like more or less mindfulness meditation, or to really strip it down and simplify it, it is just kind of my practice is awareness of the breath. Just the being basically like I'm aware, and I'm not doing any counting or chanting or anything with this particular practice. I'm just aware. As I'm breathing in, I'm aware I'm breathing in. And as I'm breathing out, I'm aware I'm breathing out. You're going to lose that a 1,000 times throughout however long you're practicing. And that's okay. That is not failure. And you don't want to beat yourself up when you catch yourself having wandered away. All you want to do is just kind of gently remind yourself, come back to the breath, come back to the breath. And whereas a lot of times people will think they're failing or they're not doing it right or it's just not for them, if they find themselves stumbling away from meditation and you're just kind of wandering somewhere, the win, the thing that really shows you that you're developing more and more as you go along is each time you come back to the breath. You're being mindful, you're being aware to come back to the breath. And that's a small win in and of itself. Now, like I say, I think I'm going to always practice to a certain extent, or I will have, or mindfulness will be a part of my meditation practice. But there are other practices out there, and there are other practices that have their appeal as well. And one that I've been looking at or listening to a lot of podcasts, YouTube type material on recently is Vedic, VEDIC meditation. And sometimes there's almost, I think it's kind of like a little political thing between an organization. Vedic meditation and transcendental meditation, from the best I'm hearing from listening to people talk about both, similar device for meditating, similar process for meditating. I just, like I say, I think there may be some legalities in there, but check into both of them. There's two names. I listened to a podcast last week and I had not heard of this guy. His name's James Brown, like the famous singer. Just search on YouTube or search wherever you get your podcast, James Brown Vedic meditation. And you also might want to search for the same subject, light, just like a light bulb, Light, Watkins. Two really people that can very much explain the process of Vedic meditation. Now, Vedic meditation has to do with a mantra, and there's for proper Vedic meditation, you do need to learn that from somebody. Although there are little tastes online where you can kind of get a taste of Vedic meditation and some of the methods for that. But basically, each person has an individual mantra. And just for people out there that might be saying that might be thinking it conflicts with their religious beliefs, their spiritual beliefs, this, that, and the other, the mantra is generally from once again, from my best understanding, it is not something that is meaningful. It's not like some meaningful thing, or it's not some religious thing you're chanting. It's actually just the opposite, which was odd to me in the beginning, but now it makes sense. It's really just a device to let you slip into this, and there is a process. It's not just a mantra, but you think this mantra over and over, and it's kind of a device, and that's why they put a lot of thought into the particular mantra. It's just a little device that lets your mind easily slip into that place. And if you listen to people talk about transcendental meditation, listen to anything with David Lynch. I forget, is he a director or producer? I don't know his exact title, but he's in entertainment. But listen to David Lynch talk about transcendental meditation. Here's one you probably would never think of. Funny man, stand-up comedian Jerry Seinfeld is a huge proponent of transcendental meditation. Has been practicing transcendental meditation for, I don't know, well over 20 years, maybe way longer than that. And it just kind of goes to show that there's a lot of different people from different walks of life that practice this kind of thing. Another thing, too, that I've already incorporated into my practice, and I talked about this in a couple of the videos that I had shared before on the subject of meditation, is about the position, your sitting position. Some people see people sitting on the floor, legs crossed, back perfectly straight. And that just doesn't work for a lot of people. Myself, I've got this little issue. It's more of an aggravation than anything else, but it flares up from time to time. It's called chondrocostal junction syndrome. It's kind of an inflammation of the rib cage, and basically, like I said, it's not painful. It's just aggravating because a lot of times I cannot sit or stand or stay in one position for a long period of time. So, one of the things about transcendental meditation and Vedic meditation, and especially these two teachers that I referred to earlier, James Brown, Light, Watkins, talk about getting comfortable, because this is something we're trying to become more aware of our thoughts, aware of just the random thoughts that go through our head. This is about the inner practice. It really doesn't have that much to do with the body. So, sometimes I mostly will meditate sitting in a chair. I like to sit straight up, but if I'm having a little bit of a flare up, which I've been having recently, I've been doing some in what in yoga called shavasana, or corpse pose, just laying on my back. So don't get caught up on that, but just wanted to pop in here and share again, share a little quick one. I'm still thinking one of these nights. Now the weather has changed here. We're fully in the fall where I am. I'm thinking one of these nights I might just do a live meditation. And once again, I don't even want to. I'm not lead. Don't. If I do that, I don't want to lead a guided meditation. I just like the thought of groups of people meditating together. Just the energy, just kind of like I think it's beneficial to everybody. So anyhow, hope you enjoy this a little bit, get something out of it. And once again, if you haven't, please go watch the other 2 videos. And if you have any questions that I can answer, once again, I'm not an expert, but I'll be happy to give it my best shot. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you here real soon. Peace.